P-Tech, I'm sure.
Good Slovak name?
Yeah, right.
It's a
Right.
mix.
There actually
Right.
was a Bobby Petrick, I think that's.
Yeah.
Am I right, Slovak?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Can I
Robert
have
P-Tech, 4195, Finleyville, Elrama Road.
49,
4195.
41.95.
Now, I live up around the bend going up the hill. Is it even possible, has it been considered to grab those people beyond that in this same project?
Well, I'll tell you with grinder pumps, that definitely is not an increasing system. You wouldn't be able to add any more with the grinder pump system, to my knowledge.
To the
What I
grinder
was
pump
told.
system?
To the
Because
grinder pump, that would be
Beyond
the
where,
closest.
to my best of my knowledge, where this project ends, there's approximately 50 homes to the top of the hill to where the Elrama project starts.
You're bringing a good point, okay, because the two engineers will always tell you, when you build systems, you also build systems with excess capacity to take for the situation, am I correct, gentlemen?
Yes.
So if you would build a line with the lift station, how much capacity would be in that pipe, and how much excess capacity would be in that pipe?
If I might, it's a little bit more complicated than that from the perspective that the Peters Creek service area, meaning our charter that we're obligated to serve, and, Clairton Municipal Authority, our treatment service provider, is obligated to take, is at the end of this current Finley Elrama Road project. So beyond that would be outside of the Peters Creek service area. Could those service areas be modified? Sure, they could be modified. But in terms of the grinder pump scenario, there is some ability to add in some grinder pumps, but it's not nearly as flexible as a gravity system with the lift station option.
That's my point. If you go with a lift station, can you plan ahead?
Yeah.
And do the line, you know what I mean, look forward, because like I say, there's 50, if you could grab, I think Abel Road doesn't have sewage either.
Well, that's.
If you could grab Abel Road, now you're talking almost 60 houses
And I know Mr.
that all
Lipster-
can flow downhill to your.
See, and you're right, in Belleville Borough, my first sewage system with Banks and Engineers, we have a bowl effect. And so basically what they did is they took all
Right.
the sewage down to the lowest point, they had a lift station there. And when they build the lift stations, they build with multiple pumps, multiple generators and so forth. You normally, with the lift station, you guys correct me, you can normally add more capacity into the line, correct? And that's where I think if you build a line, you wanna build a line so basically that in the future, that you can take on extra people to make it more cost efficient for everybody. Am I right, gentlemen?
And in my opinion, that's correct. The lift station option is more forgivable in terms of future growth
Because
than the grinder pump system.
if where I live is technically Clairton, is it really feasible for my poop to make it to Clairton? No. It ain't gonna go way up over the hill to catch that Elrama project. It ain't gonna go down Loeb's Run and come out and throw a raft. I mean, that's way too much. You see my point? You know what I mean? The easiest thing is just let it go down to, if you plan a lift station.
Go down to the other watershed, and yes, there are limits in terms of lift stations that they can pump against versus, the flow or the customers that you're treating. So there is a limit, and without getting in specifics of where that limit would be, I guess answering the question, the lift station option would be more forgivable for adding future customers at perhaps the Nike site or other undeveloped properties that are along this.
Mr. Lutster, Tom, didn't you mention at one of your meetings that you knew of someone that had property within the system that could develop their property? And that wouldn't really be an option with, per se, the grinder pump option? That's Mr. Bernardo from.
Oh, you wanna sit over here, wanna sit up in front?
Yeah. Are you trying to hide
Here.
in there?
There's a glass, there's a bottle of water there for you.
If I may, just my name's Jason Stanton, from LSSE, we're the consulting engineer for Peters Creek Sewer Authority. I'm one of the managing principals of the firm, and I just hadn't had a chance to introduce myself to you. Thank you.
Well, maybe that's, is that all for you, Mr. P-Tech?
Excuse me?
Is that all for you, by the way? Are
Is
you
that all
done?
you needed?
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that, like, you guys at least have this thought in your
You
head,
always,
that,
when
like,
you build system, at least again, from my
if
experience,
you're gonna build a lift station, can it be
you
planned?
right, you build systems so that you have excess capacity to take future development.
Which would also
Yeah.
decrease the debt service to the people because there'd be more people in the system
Right,
added.
that's
in
what I
that
said, there's
way.
an easy 50 people that can flow downhill.
Good point. Thank you, sir. Anybody else have